Hey, welcome everyone to Jack of All Trivia, different type of topic. We're talking about comics. I am La Dan Blanche, and that is the CLB, Comic Book Lad. What's up, dude?
Not much, man. You said you wanted to talk about comics, and I thought, yeah, I might know a thing or two. Might learn something new. Who knows?
All right. The first issue we're going to talk about is from Marvel. This is Heroes Reborn. I got the variant with the chick looking kind of like Wonder Woman. That's why I got this one. And they're already on their 7th issue. They already finished this up, but do you know anything about this Heroes Reborn?
Yeah, I quite like their take on their version of the Justice League. I thought that was pretty good with Hyperion and all that. And these to me felt like an Elseworld-esque type sort of tale where it kind of reminded me of the one with House of M, and that where Wolverine figures out something's not quite right, but going around with it. I so far what I've read, I've liked it. I didn't realize they'll bring them out so quickly. Because I got confused with all the tie-ins, because one week I was looking at it going, all right, cool, so we've got 3 issues out, and the next thing you know, when I'm looking at other stuff to buy some more, there's 20 different bloody titles. So I don't know where anything fits in, and so I was just going to wait for the whole thing to wrap up and then go from there. But yeah, no, I've enjoyed it. Like I giving Hyperion and that a spotlight, I think is a good thing, because he's an interesting character.
Yeah, oh yeah, I totally agree. This was blatant a ripoff of the Justice League, but they did it in such a fun way. Right now, they already finished the 7 issues, and now they're going to go into the next story arc, which is intriguing. Like, this was kind of like the appetizer. Now we're going to the main course, and those 7 issues, main story, and then we have a bunch of tie-ins, like you said. But yeah, it was intriguing. I can't wait for the next round, because of, the Avengers. They were finding each other, so that was pretty cool. Another title that I got, like, that one's already over. Those 7 issues, they came out each week, so it's already banged out. But that's something people definitely should read. All right, this is a surprising little hit that I found from DC Black Label, and this one's right here. You can see that, brother. This is
the Nice House. I haven't read that one.
The Nice House on the Lake. Yeah, this was intriguing, bro. This was a wild story. Beautiful artwork. And it was just it was super weird, because it's all about it's narrated by a female. She's the protagonist, I guess. But it's all about how the world will end. And this became kind of a sleeper hit, in my opinion, where I was like, yo, out of all the DC books that they're putting out, that's not part of the Superman, Batman universe, superheroes, that was a pretty good one, man. I can't wait for issue number 2.
How many issues is it?
So far, that's the first one. It came out like 3 weeks ago. So
is it a limited run, or is this going to be
it's probably going to be 6 issues, maybe 12, but most of these books are like 6 issues long for this little series they're doing. Then I got something.
I might end up ordering the trade.
Yeah, if it comes out, I'll get it one for you. And then here's one that's was a surprising hit for a lot of people. That's from Boom Studios, and this is Berserk.
Yeah.
This is issue number 1, the foil cover. This is written by Keanu Reeves. It's basically the characters Keanu Reeves. I got the first one. I got the second one, not super cool cover, but pretty straight. And then the last one that came out this yesterday, was this cover, Berserker number 3. We're learning a lot about.
I haven't seen that cover.
Yeah, it just came out this Wednesday. They had like 5 different covers, and I got this like gold foil cover. And this is a cool book. I heard it already got picked up for TV or movie rights, man. So I'm really interested in how this ends.
I think it was a Netflix deal or an Amazon. It was one of those ones. I'm assuming it's probably it'll probably be Netflix. because they seem to be buying up everything just to try and compete with Amazon at the moment.
Yeah.
But no, it's
Yes.
it's a good read. It was an interesting way in which it came about, proving that you don't need a big label anymore, especially something like that made a huge amount. I mean, obviously, I know the sales will be dropping down, but yeah, like for essentially a boutique style comic, it's pretty good. What I've read so far, I haven't been able to get anything but the first issue, so.
Yeah, he's basically like a Wolverine.
Yeah.
He's basically like a Wolverine John Wick without the adamantium, like this. Like, so that's what's really cool. And it's Keanu Reeves right in, and he's making the artist look like him. And I
Oh
can't
yeah, it
wait to
definitely
see
looks like him.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. The second and third issue, I'm not gonna like do a lot of spoilers, but it goes into his backstory, so you're like learning about him, like how he was born and all that. So it's pretty freaking cool. So yeah, if that's gonna come on the big screen with Keanu Reeves, I'll definitely watch that shit, brother.
Oh, for sure.
All right, we're going from Boom Studios to Image with a comic that's got a lot of hype. And that is by Jeff Johns, is the writer, and the artist is Gary Frank. And that's going to be Geiger. The first issue I have is bagged and boarded in my room. This is issue number 2. Issue number 3 dropped this Wednesday. And this is about nuclear war, I guess, happens. And, the survivors are there.
That makes sense.
What's up?
With a name like that, the Geiger counter is the thing that they use to count the radiation levels. So I guess that makes sense.
I'm just going to show you a little snippet of the artwork, guys, and see how beautiful this is. And this is Geiger. This shit is a little action.
I didn't even know anything about this. This is the first I'm hearing about it, so that's interesting. I mean, I don't really pay all that much attention to Image these days.
That's what's crazy.
Especially with their new their new comic that they're producing from oh my god, chick that plays Khaleesi, where her superpower is her.
Yeah, Mom. Yeah. I didn't get that comic yet. That's one I was going to talk about later. But yeah, that's one I didn't realize that she was doing. And when I looked, I was like, oh shit, should I get it? And I was kind of like, But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Showing everybody else a little more artwork from Geiger. This might make my comic sales go down, if I have to sell this one again. But I don't give a shit. I don't buy these to sell them again, even though I could. But yeah, that Mom comic, I got to get the first one. But I think by now it's probably going to be like a third printing of the first issue. So I kind of missed out on that one.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, here's another one from Image that I'm kind of, I like it, but I kind of wish I seen more so far, if that makes sense, because this one is Crossover. This is an Image title, and the storyline is pretty cool. They're in the real human world, but then a town, like something happens where a whole universe comes in. It's all the comic universe, but since they don't own the rights to all the other comic book characters, it's always like, oh, the guy with the cape, and they threw a couple of Image characters in there, but the story's pretty cool. They make the humans look different than the comic characters. Let me see if I can show you some shit.
So kind of like what they did with Invincible when he came to the DC universe, and he went, they never called him Batman. He said, what, you dress up like a bat and you're a man? What's with that? So I guess that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, geez, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Not a lot of negative space there. That's what you want from your artwork.
Yeah, the artwork is good. And the story's pretty cool so far. It's only 6 issues in, and the story is still keeping you guessing. But it's like Image only has a handful of characters people will know. So everything else kind of like, like the first one they showed, spoiler warning, was I think it was issue 3 or 4, and it was like Madman, and I was like, I was so disappointed. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I was like, I never read none of his comics, man. I was like, whatever, because they can't really show anybody else. But here's
Yeah.
one that's popular as fuck. This is from Boom Studios. Boom Studios is killing it right now with their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. This is a new comic book company on the rise, and this is one of their best-selling
Yes.
books.
Yeah.
Something is killing the children.
Yeah. I've
Now
got that on board.
this grant is woo. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. No, I got recommended that by I can't remember someone, and so yeah, they said don't worry about reading anything about it, just get it. So yeah, still waiting on that one to arrive.
It's just the artwork. The same artist so far. I'm trying to. Oh shit! Yeah. This is like since the first issue. Like after I read the first issue, I was like, okay, this definitely should be a Netflix show. Like it was tailor made for a Netflix show or any other cable shows, right? Now the first issue, like it's on eBay. You could sell it probably for like anywhere from $200, $300 to excuse me, to $1,000. It's a
Damn.
CG seed, yeah, and it's pretty good, man. The story is crazy. Like the story is so told for like a television show. It's so amazing. And when you read it, you're like, okay, I can see this on the big screen. Yeah, man, super fucking good, bro. All right. Let me show you another comic that it got a little love from the beginning, but now it's over. I don't know, but I still enjoyed it. It was by Scotty Young, Image, and this is I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah, I know nothing of that one.
Let me show you some artwork. This comic was funny and it was cool. One thing about this comic is like if you could get the comic uncensored. So it's all the cuss words. But when it's not the cuss words, they always put in like some shit you would think a kid would say, like fluffing or what else is there? It's always some crazy, but it's basically Scotty Young that's famous for doing all the covers. Is actually doing a comic where he's doing all the artwork and the storyboard, and it's about a girl that she goes to fairyland, but she's a human kid that's like brat, so she just starts like
Yeah.
she's like, oh, she needs to get like a key to get out of there, but it takes her like 20 years, but she's always a kid, and it's crazy as hell. She gets this little she gets a little like Jimmy the Cricket, but it's a snail, and he's always getting drunk. And then she just goes around murdering everything. It is good. It is funny. But yeah, that was I Hate Fairyland. But here's another one from Image back in the building. No, this is IEW. Oh shit. The Last Ronin.
I've never seen a story to revitalize something that's I don't know how to describe it. I mean, you can literally go into this without ever reading any of the Ninja Turtles stuff whatsoever, and be just as enthralled and pick straight up with it. They do a lot of obviously referencing to stuff in the past, but yeah, I think it's phenomenal. The story is well paced, it's well written. I love the artwork.
Well, you're in the treat.
But yeah, I'm still waiting on my third issue to arrive.
Because I believe in this issue we have 4 different artists on this shit, bro, inside the book. Damn it, this is my only copy. I should have bought 2. Here's some artwork. Let me see what else we got here, because there's Where's oh, yep, we got this type of artwork in here. There's just so many different artists in here, but it's like four of them that like I guess respect the turtles. But the one thing about
Yeah,
the turtles bro was crazy, like you said, you nailed it on the head. You never had to read a turtles comic to read this and be right there with it.
yeah,
And it's crazy as fuck how the turtles like are still everywhere. You know, Nickelodeon owns them now. They have the cartoon, the merchandising, the toys, and the only thing that kind of sucks when I think about it is like you would think after like 20 or 30 years that they would have been able to make a universe, but they never had. That's only a nitpick, you know, because it's just about the four turtles. You know,
yeah.
like they could have started something like, you know, DC or Marvel, you know, have more characters. But yeah, man, those it's a great read though, man. That fucking the dialogue is amazing. The setup is
Yeah,
amazing. The story is
it's like
amazing.
the opposite of like someone like Tom King. They can actually do proper dialogue, and not everyone sounds the same. And like half the time you wouldn't even need to see who's talking to know who it is.
Oh,
Um, Look, he's gone.
oh yeah. Go ahead, brother. I'm just gotta clean something right quick. All right. Oh shit. All right. Yeah. I got some other stuff here. Let me. Oh. Let me go in the tree trunk of shit. Woo. All right. I hate Fairland. We already talked about this. There's another issue I have. Here's another one from Image that not a lot of people are reading, brother, and that's by Robert Kirkman. Is doing the writing, and that is this crazy ass title right here. Is Die, Die, Die.
That's Kirkman's new one, huh?
Yep.
Huh.
No, this. Yep. We're already on issue. I think they're on issue 12 of this series. The artist is Chris Burnham. You know, he does pretty good. Like,
Yeah, he did some of the Future State stuff. I'm pretty sure.
future
DC.
what X-Men? He looked like he would do
Yeah,
X-Men. His artwork looks like it almost looks like Frank Quietly almost. Let me see where trying to find a good page. But yeah. This dude right here, Chris
yeah.
Berman. Maybe it's
That's
Scott
good stuff.
Gimple. But yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's something you can't even imagine. Hold on. All right, man. Go ahead. Oh, there you go. So yeah, that shit is crazy as hell, bro. That comic book is just super violent and it's just wild as hell. It's balls
Well, I
deep
mean,
bananas.
it's Kirkman, so I assume so.
But it's like way crazier than the shit that he. Oh, here's another. Here's another.
Oh, I hate Fairyland.
Yep. Oh, here's an image one by Mark Millar that I enjoyed. This one is Space Bandits. Might be a next Netflix film. This was 5 or 6 issues, and it was pretty good. It all took place in space where a chick got screwed over by her gang, you know, from stealing shit, went to a space jail and broke out, and then she went back for revenge. So it was pretty cool. It was fun. It's 5 issues, I believe, 5 or 6 issues. You can find the trade on this. Mark Millar, you know, anything he writes is pretty funky and cool.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Millar's writing.
Oh yeah.
Not so much as a person, but yeah, most of my favorite comic book writers are terrible people, so I guess it goes with the territory.
Yep. And these are the other issues of Die, Die, Die I have. The rest of them, I like them because in the back of the comic, it's all white with like 3 colors. Like this one is that color, you know. And they do that for all of them, you know. But it's pretty cool. And it's like I said, it's bananas. There's another cool book that's bananas. Other comics I have another image one that takes a while to come out. but this is the marked.
Yes. Okay. I have not read it, but I think I have seen an online copy of it. I think there was a 14-page preview in something that had that on there. It was at the back of it. Artwork and that was freaking good from what I saw. Oh yeah,
Yeah, the artwork's pretty cool, and the story is intriguing. It's about people with magic, like hiding the magic from the world. But then you see like some shit's gonna go down, where people are like trying to come up and stuff. So that's a really cool book to read too. I don't know what the last issue was that for, because it don't seem like it comes out every month. So it's kind of like hit or miss. But that's just a couple of comics and shit that I've read. I mean, I read some Superman, Batman, Green Lantern. There's a bunch of shit coming out now. But yeah. Unless Grant got some more questions about some comics, I could answer some questions.
I mean, because you've got a lot more access to comics than I do, apart from stuff that I can get on Comixology and other various means. But I don't know. What do you think of the new DC stuff, or the essentially what is like 5G?
The new DC stuff?
Yeah, with all the future stuff, with future Batman and
yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Oh shit! I'm reaching my limit. Okay. The future state, the first 2 months, I was really worried because it was like 2 months. They put out 2 books. I was kind of worried that was going to be another convergence, and then they never got back on track. But those comics actually sold really well. I was surprised how many people bought different ones. But now DC is pumping out a lot of good shit. But they're pumping out a lot of shit, bro. Like right now, my favorite DC comics that I'm reading, Swamp Thing. It's I think it's a 6-issue miniseries. So it's only a 6-issue miniseries, maybe 12. But Swamp Thing's really good. Crime Syndicate. That's 6 issues. That's
okay.
Nice. Really good.
It's
really fucking good, bro. Crime Syndicate is really good.
Is that still Earth 3 or?
Yes, it is. Which is crazy because Crime Syndicate's story it's not the same as the Heroes Reborn from Marvel, but it almost feels like it's going that same way. Where it's like every issue you're learning about a new person, but then it's like, okay, what happens after these 6 issues? But it is really cool and funky. I don't want to spoil who's like fighting against them and what's going to happen, but Crime Syndicate is good. And then Suicide Squad is really good too. Suicide Squad is super good. They got Superboy in that shit, bro.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Not Superman's son, the clone, the Connor from Superman Lex Luthor. Mm-hmm.
Last time I read Suicide Squad would have been actually it wasn't actually even the main run of Suicide Squad. It was Batman's Suicide Squad.
Oh, the Outsiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, bro. This one is refreshing, but it's crazy because Peacemaker's in it. From the movie that hasn't even dropped yet. So he's kind of like the main dude. They have Connor in there with a black shirt. And Amanda Waller talked to him and was like, yeah, you just got back, but you're a fucking clone from Superman Lex Luthor, so you ain't, you got no place on this earth, work with me. And there's a couple other interesting new characters. And then they got Talon from the Batman comics. Yeah, from Court of Owls. He's not really playing well with others. But yeah, he's kind of like chilling out and seeing what's happening. But it's an interesting book because it starts to tie in with other books like Teen Titans, which is really good. I don't know. Teen Titans is they kind of jumped the shark like it's crazy right now to think about it, because to me this almost feels like Marvel when they did the Avengers Initiative, or Avengers
Yeah,
Academy. That's basically what they're doing with the Teen Titans. The Teen Titans are like, all right, we're just gonna open up Teen Titans Tower, and we're gonna get all these new recruits in here, and teach them. And but then the last incarnation of the Titans, they're there as like secondary teachers, like Crush and what the hell's that round dude name? And the Flash, Roundhouse, yeah, Roadhouse, I think.
Roundhouse, Roadhouse.
Yeah. So it's funky, but it ties into a couple other books, so that's cool. But DC's got a lot of shit pumping out right now, where it's like, oh, this is kind of cool, this is kind of cool. But then the next thing I know, man, it's like 40 books out, and you're like, whoa. Like that's why I like that book I told you about, the nice house on the lake. That
Yeah,
was like, oh shit, it's made by DC, but it's not really like part of the universe.
it's not tied into the DC universe. No.
Yeah,
That's insane. No, I mean, as I said, I haven't really bought modern comic books for a while because they were all getting cookie cutter, and it was just there was nothing epic or great about it. Like, I mean, Rebirth got me back into comics after not reading them for years. And then that went a bit funny. But no, like, I mean, what I'm going back and reading old stuff now. Like I just Planet Hulk and all that. I didn't realize how good of a story that was, and with freaking World Breaker Hulk and that whole storyline and everything. And yeah, I'm finding the older stuff much more enjoyable than some of the stuff that I've read. But there are a few exceptions, as I said. As soon as I read The Last Ronin, I was just like, all right, this is definitely one I'm going to be buying all the issues for. Berserker, obviously, I was a part of the crowdfunding with that one. So, but yeah, like I think we're on a precipice of either DC turning into another New 52 sort of thing without it. But I like Heroes Reborn because I was kind of thinking it was almost going to be almost like a soft reboot for the Marvel, because I did say that is still all part of main continuity and everything. So, but yeah, I just don't know with all the freaking tie-ins. There's that many different bloody ones, and they all come out at different times, and this one's set before and that. But no, like Heroes Reborn, what I've read, I've enjoyed anything with Blade in it. I mean, putting him front and center was a smart thing. Seeing Thor, instead of being an old fat drunk, he was just a very angry drunk. I like that. That was pretty funny. Every time he'd smash his glass down, it was thunder. But no, it's yeah.
Heroes Reborn is a really good story. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm gonna keep it vague, but it's still in the same universe. Some shit happens where the Avengers are not there, but every issue is pretty interesting because there's a different artist. It shows you a different member of the Squadron Supreme, which is basically Justice League, right? And they're really killing it. This is the first time Marvel is literally feeling like DC with this story, like with the shit they say, the shit they do. It's basically like DC universe. And at the end, you see one of the Avengers, before the shit happened, recruiting the other Avengers, and then you see the Avengers story of how that Avengers like gets awake. And it's cool because it culminates and the Avengers now grouped up, and the Squadron Supreme like finds them, but then that's where it ends. And now they're gonna do Heroes. What the hell's the next ones? It's not Heroes Reborn, it's Heroes something. So it's just continuing. So we're gonna get some new stories, and the side issues actually work because like these issues came out once a week, weekly. So you got all 7 issues in 7 weeks. But they will have tie-ins, and they'll have like 2 books. But that book was referenced in the book that came out that week. So it like the last issue was talking about the Canadian cats, Alpha Flight, They show like
Yep.
2 pages of them fighting them. So then the Wolverine Alpha Flight book came out that same week. So when you read Heroes Reborn, you see, oh shit, they fought Wolverine and Alpha Flight, and then that book came out. So you see their perspective and when they fought Squadron Supreme. So the tie-ins were nice, but the one thing I like is that they didn't do like 3 issues for each person, because like the Spider-Man one,
I was gonna
they
say
came out.
they did like what they did with yeah, actually I saw the Spider-Man one. He's not powered in this, isn't it? He's just a photographer, if I remember
Yep,
correctly.
until the very
Yeah,
end of his issue. Until the end of
yeah,
his issue, then he's like turned into a spider falling, but then you don't see him again. So it's like, oh, okay. And since he's not an Avenger right now, I guess they're like, fuck you, Spider-Man. We're not gonna look for you, even
yeah.
though he's been around with them forever. The Avengers are like, nah, you're not with our team right now, so fuck you. We found everybody else. So I don't know. He might show up again, but I'm glad they're not doing 3 issues per
Well,
series,
they
like they
they
did for
did that
others.
with House of M, because
Yeah.
buddy Spider-Man's, I think Spider-Man had what, around a 4 or
Well,
6
he had 3.
in that one.
Yeah, he had 3.
Yeah, and it was just like we didn't need to see this character, that and it all accumulates with him faking his own death, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and it was just like, but I was worried that they were going to be doing that,
What's up,
because
Kevin?
that went on for
Yeah,
way too long. Yeah.
Kevin and C Dub in the building. Thank you guys for being here, watching. Yeah, it's always like now they toned down on that shit. Marvel and DC both turned. They kind of like stopped doing 12-issue miniseries. Sometimes they do if there's warranted, but now Marvel's philosophy has been like pump this shit out. We're not doing 12 series for a year because at the end of the year we go like half dropped of our subscribers for that shit. So we're just always doing like fast shit, which is cool. DC's doing that too. Well, I guess.
Because isn't Feige now fully in charge of the comic side as well
I
at
don't know.
Marvel?
No,
From
I
what I heard.
don't know, and I don't believe he will. I don't believe he is. Like, it could be right, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. I mean, when you're focusing on movies and shit and writing those, I don't know if he's doing both, because I mean that'd be a big challenge, but I don't know. I can't comment on that. I don't think he is at the moment, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
For everybody out there, you should promote your local comic shop. Go in and buy a fucking comic. DC's pumping out a lot of good shit. Marvel's pumping out a lot of good shit. Like I said, with DC, you already heard some of the stuff I talked about. But Flash is amazing right now. Superman, Action Comics, Batman. There's like 20 titles, so you got to kind of weave your way through that. Batman Catwoman is great. The artwork is amazing. Joker is really good. 4 issues deep right now. When you go to Marvel, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man is great. Aliens is fucking awesome. I should have put on my Aliens #1, but I can't find it. From Marvel, that's a good story. Thor has been fucking great. Captain America's been good. They're doing some cool shit with him. There's just so much shit, man. And then the independent comics, so much stuff, brother. There's just too much.
Oh, it's better than not having anything.
True. Yeah, I might try to send you something. I got a good deal on some horror comics called Cross, and I just got I thought all 4 of them were gonna come in, but I got 1 hardcover so far from Cross. I don't know what series it is because they've been doing it, but it's a horror comic about a disease that goes around, and it makes you get a flesh wound on your face that looks like a cross, and then you go around raping, killing, torturing, sadistic, crazy shit to people, man. It's fucking weird. It's the writing probably could be better, but I haven't read this series yet, so I have to see. But yeah, that one's a pretty crazy one.
Yeah. The only other thing I'm looking to get, and probably a hardcover now, would be Unnatural, I think. It's the one I'm looking forward to getting.
Unnatural?
Yeah.
Man, that's like 3 years old already, man. That book's fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, I haven't read all of it yet, but I've enjoyed it. So, as I said, it's been a while since I've been buying newer stuff. So,
Oh, true. Hey, you ever get turned on reading Unnatural?
I'm not into furry porn, my friend.
So you never felt aroused when reading the comic, looking at the artwork? That book is amazing, bro. That book is. We'll talk about that another day. But yeah, that book's great.
Yeah, that'll be the After Dark one. We'll talk about that, girls, and I think too, that girls. That was a freaking weird one. Jesus.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, definitely have to come back and talk about that shit. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
brother. Yeah, we talked about some comics. I hope people learn some shit. I know we don't have like descriptions of all the issues, but you know, you can hear us talking, so you see what issues we're talking about. Maybe buy some, look into them, see what's up. But yeah, we're probably gonna cut this shit up because it's late and early for both of us. So that has been my boy. What's up, man? Tell the people what's going on, brother.
Not much. You can just find me pretty much hanging out with the villain over here and talking about comics and yeah, getting everything ready for the comic book trivia league to kick back into gear. I want to make sure I've got a year's worth of matches ready to go, so when I'm unavailable, someone can just jump in. But yeah, apart from that, you'll see me playing in different trivia leagues, losing because apparently I forgot how to play trivia. But yeah, apart from that, just hanging out.
All right, yeah. This has been awesome talking about comics with my brother, overseas Australian brother. Yeah, man. I'm Haven. It's been amazing talking about comics with a guy that appreciates comics. Anybody else wants to ever jump on, talk about comics, man? We could do this shit. I had a fun time, and we're gonna just cut this shit short because I am already YouTube. Yeah, you can't handle this, man. This is adult entertainment. So, you know, we're going to cut this shit off because I am drinking.
And we're demanding